with the news of success achieved at the fight against terrorism in Nigeria. The United States has disclosed that the cache of seized materials from terrorists during its recent raid in Nigeria was the largest haul of enemy electronic equipment recovered since September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. According to the U.S. government, it had to deploy an additional aircraft to evacuate electronic devices and other intelligence materials seized during the counter-terrorism operation due to the sheer size of the equipment. The disclosure was made by the United States Deputy Assistant to the President and Senior Director for Counter-Terrorism at the National Security Council, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Gorka described the Nigerian mission as one of the most significant counter-terrorism successes recorded by the administration, likening the operation to scenes from a Hollywood action thriller. He said that particular operation resulted in the killings of 199 jihadists in a single raid, which he described as the largest enemy neutralization in a single counter-terrorism operation since September 11 attacks.
I'm glad that we're opening up with such, shall I use the word powerful, important news with regards to our fight against insecurity. And I must mention a few things. Yes, it was from an American perspective, but it's important to emphasize the fact that this is based on a joint operation. Recall that late last year in November, the NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, paid a visit to Washington where there was conversations around collaboration and joint operations to tackle what is beyond the borders and shores of Nigeria in terms of terrorism, having external influences. And from this interview with Gorka, we now see a deeper motivation for the United States of America when he said that these jihadists have also terrorized Americans and killed American citizens, and so they have an interest in this beyond just wanting to be nice and good and support Nigeria. But I think it's important that we see this joint collaboration and how this has worked significantly. 199 jihadists killed in one fell swoop. A historic, at least since 9/11, cache of equipment being overhauled, and the fact that, like he mentioned, the significance of being able to get this, the equipment, especially the communication equipment, is that they are able to dig deeper, investigate, and hopefully that would even open more doors to more successes and more wins in understanding the operations of these terrorists who have their foot around different Sahelian countries here on the African continent and even beyond in the Middle East. So great news right there, and I think it sends a strong signal to terrorists as well that the fight is coming to them. And very soon, very, very soon, we look forward to getting even more successes based on this joint operation. I think beyond that, of course, is what Nigeria gains in the area of experience, information, knowledge, because I'm hoping that this joint operation would leave, especially the young officers, upskill them in how to gather intelligence, because whether you like it or not, you cannot work without or outside the Nigerian officers here on ground. And so it's great to see that happening, that even beyond, after this arrangement is done, the Nigerian side of things will be able to pick up some important learnings and information based on this operation. But beyond that,
that was the Arise News crew giving a misleading account of what the United States Deputy Assistant to the President and Senior Director for Counter-Terrorism at the National Security Council, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, said in the interview. Now, they got a whole lot of things right there, it's okay. But where they got it wrong was claiming that this was a joint operation with the United States. It was not a joint operation. It was solely an American affair. And I will show you the video of the interview, the clip from the interview, where he specifically talked about this matter. Okay? And ask yourself, why is it that Arise TV did not show you the interview, the clip of the interview? Because it's available. Why didn't they show it? I don't know why Arise, as an independent media organization, have to pander to Tinubu administration. Even the Tinubu administration, I'm sure they are embarrassed about that information. Have not come out to claim that they did this operation jointly. But I don't want to dwell on that much. Let us listen to the interview, and the full interview, I'm going to put it under this video so that you can go and watch the over 50 minutes interview with Dr. Gorka. First of all, watch a clip of the interview. Watch.
Peace through strength.
Seb, how do you respond to the criticism that this concept that there is Islamic terrorism, jihadism coming after Americans is made up?
It's made up.
You hear it all over the internet, all over X saying, oh, it's an exaggeration.
Oh yes.
Right?
There's this great, what did I see yesterday? This 3 minutes of Tucker saying, I don't know what that is. And there was one of them where he says, Islamic jihad. I don't know what that is. Well, I suggest in the 25th anniversary year of 9/11, somebody like Tucker Carlson should ask the families of those who died on September the 11th, or Daniel Pearl's family who had to see a video of their loved one being manually beheaded by a member of ISIS, or whether it's the relatives of those who were mown down during the New Year's celebrations on Bourbon Street in New Orleans just over a year ago. Islamic, or the Christians in Nigeria. I mean, let me just, again, I can talk about this because it has been declassified. The president is not nation building. He's not going around the world like some lunatic neocon saying, we will turn the world into America. But if you're threatening Americans, or if you're targeting Christians because they're Christians, he has a very strong message to send to you. Whether it was his Christmas Day strike, or 3 weeks ago, what we did in Nigeria. Again, you want to know whether we're winning? 3 weeks ago in Nigeria, and I watched it live from the Situation Room. It was like being in a Tom Clancy movie, but it's better because it's real. I watched our operators kill 199 jihadis in one operation. Now, why is this important? That is the biggest neutralization, enemy killed in action, since September the 11th. 199 jihadists who will not harm Americans again. Not only that, from that raid, we needed an extra plane to bring home all the electronic material that we captured in those camps. And the haul was 3 times bigger than any enemy electronics haul since 9/11. And that is priceless, because now our experts are taking apart all of that information, looking how the ISIS is communicating with each other. So we are so back in the game of counterterrorism. It is just superlative to watch our professionals. And let me just for a second say, full respect and salute.
That was the interview of Dr. Gorka. In that interview you listened to, there was no place he talked about joint operation with the Nigerian military. It was solely American affair. Okay, I'm sure that even the government itself is embarrassed, because if you say that it was a joint operation, why is it that Dr. Gorka said that he is exposing this information now because President Trump has signed a memo sort of declassifying it. So that's why he's free to share it. He said this thing happened 3 weeks ago. If Nigerian government is involved, Nigerian government would have also announced that operation. It was solely an American affair, and it was because those ISIS operating in Nigeria and Israel, they pose a threat to America too. And you saw how he narrated that the thing was like watching a movie. He said the equipment they needed, the communication equipment of these terrorists was massive, that they needed extra plane to carry it. That's how entrenched they are in Nigeria. And Nigeria is not aware of it. Because if we are aware of it, we should be the ones, there wouldn't be any need for a plane to carry it to America. What is in our soil, in our land? We are the ones that are impacted most. We are the ones that have millions of refugees across Nigeria, internally displaced persons. So for Ayo and Rufai to spin it to favor Tinubu as if Tinubu played any role is being unfair to the audience. The fact of the matter is that the report itself was right in the sense that they reported the things that Dr. Gorka revealed in that interview about killing of 199 jihadists, about that this thing took place 3 weeks ago, and that they needed a extra plane to carry the haulage and all others and others, where they were misleading people. And that's why you go to your comment section on YouTube, people are praising Tinubu. This has absolutely nothing to do with Tinubu. In fact, Tinubu themselves are embarrassed because what this revelation shows us is that we have our inability to protect ourselves. We have played into the hands of the Americans that they can come in and go out anytime they want. Because if the APC administration, right from Buhari time to now, was able to deal with the insecurity, America wouldn't have the kind of foothold is having in Nigeria today, that they can come in and do whatever they want. Okay? So I'm not against what the Americans are doing, because whether we like it or not, that information alone shows how dangerous Nigeria had become. It has become a tool in the hands of jihadists and all kinds of terrorists. So any partnership, anything that can help, anybody that can help to save this country from turning to Afghanistan or something similar to that, or to Somalia, is a welcome development. But please don't spin it that this was a joint operation. When they do joint operation, the United States is never shy of telling you about it. When they did the last one they did, which was an AFRICOM, United States military through the AFRICOM, they issued a statement on it that it was a joint operation and all that. And even though it was a joint operation, we know who are in charge. And that's one the Nigerian government said they supplied intelligence, whatever may be the case. But the truth of the matter is that in this operation, it was a solely American affairs. It has nothing to do with Tinubu or the joint military operation. The way Ayo was talking about it, you think that Nigerians participated in it. No, it was not true. It was an American operation. It was successful. And the Americans took away the things they found there. Okay? Because if it was a joint operation and we are in charge, we're supposed to demand that whatever communication equipment they got there should be here in Nigeria. Let us call our own indigenous experts to study it and all that. That's my take. Let them not be spinning things just to make the government feel good, or because maybe they are expecting a kind of favor from the government. Okay, it's not right. They have to make sure that their audience are given the truth, and for them to do that, they ought to have played this video played for you. And the interview was close to 1 hour, over 50-something minutes. Okay, and I've listened to it. There is no single place where I talk about joint operation with Nigeria in this particular story. So that's my take. So I want people to know the truth. Tinubu and Nigerian military played no role in this, based on what the man said in the interview. And I played the interview for you. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.